It is cold and windy. Let me show you my altitude here. You can see that we're at 9,215 feet. So we're kind of running an older GoPro and not really wanting to focus there, but I think you can see that. Yeah, quite the weather out here right now. We've got snow banks up pretty high from the plowing. We've got Chris behind us, our service tech. He's gonna be doing some work here, and we are going to be showing the Cooper and Hunter all-electric hyper heat system. Now this is an all-electric. Not sure if you guys can see me okay in this weird lighting. There we go. That's what you look at, smart. We need some of this lighting. There we go. So yeah, just in case it's too windy out there, we are going to show a Cooper and Hunter hyper heat pump. These are rated down to negative 22 degrees. As you saw, we're over 9,200 feet in elevation. And we're just going to do a quick video of how we've taken a cabin that had only wood heat and just some plug-in space heaters. And the customer was really, take him over an hour to get the place heated up. His wife hated coming up here because it was just so cold in the cabin when they got there. And we've installed a forced air with a backup heat kit system that allows it to operate pretty much at any given temperature outside. The heat pump will shut down below negative 22, but man, how often does that happen? It's really not that frequent up here. In fact, it's colder in town now than it is up here, just because of that cold air wants to drop down to the city. So we're gonna do this whole thing. We're gonna go out and we're just gonna see what happens. We're gonna try to get some light on the outdoor unit, and then we'll get inside and show the forced air system and what we've done and how we installed it. So I'm gonna hand the camera over to Ayla. She is ready to handle the wind and the cold, and hopefully our microphones hold on to this, and we're gonna give this a go. So we can't obviously drive into this, so we're gonna walk from the road here. Now let's take a look over here. This is gonna be, we're gonna start with the outdoor unit while Chris gets this access, and let's see if it's running. Okay. Sorry. Had a little slip and fall on the ice. You alright? Okay. One light is not working. So we do have a running system. Sorry, we're really toughing it out for you guys here. Wanted to see if you could see this cabin way up in the mountains here, and this is our Cooper and Hunter. And as you can tell, it's running. So this is the hyper unit like I talked about, and we have a pan heater in this one, so it is keeping all the ice from building up inside the unit and dripping down, and you can see a little bit of ice down here, but that's not a problem at all. It's totally normal. So I wanted to show you this, and the snow has not really been a problem, but we will probably clear a little snow under that while we're up here just for the customer.
That's cold, isn't it? I know, I need this.
Alright. What's nice about this wall controller is that it has the ability to go down to freeze mode. So as you can see, it's 46 degrees in here, and actually the target should be 49. We do have a little bit of an issue. We are going to change out one control board, but not a big deal. It's been just fine other than that. And this little aux heat here, I don't know if you're close enough to actually see all this, but that is going to be that auxiliary heater kit, and we'll show you that down below. So pretty neat that when they're away, they can still run this at a very low temperature. Not all manufacturers allow that. So just kind of wanted to show that. So this is the primary source of heat of the cabin. Like I said when I started the video, that it just took forever. I mean, yeah, these put out a lot of heat, but it takes a long time to heat the place up. So when you get up here, you're here, super cold like we are now, it takes a long time. So it was nice to be able to take this cabin to the next level. And what we did is we installed some floor registers. You can see here, 6x10 supply. This is actually our return location where we're bringing all the air back. And then we wanted to do that here because that's closest to the thermostat, give us the best mixed air, the most accurate temperatures. So we've added some supplies. There's one there, right underneath here. Probably can't see it too well, but there's another one down there. We did one under the sink. Got some nice heat coming out of the sink there. We did one in this bedroom. And yeah, it's real even heat everywhere in here, which is something they wouldn't have experienced before. They would have had very cold rooms like this that didn't have any plumbing in it. And so this is another advantage to this system. And I want to tell you that when I checked in with the customer on this, they said their bill was only $5 more than last year. And so they were using these space heaters, like these tower space heaters you could see that are laying around. And if we look, these are actually turned off and unplugged. And even below -22, we can energize that heat kit, which I'll show you, that air handler, and we can still heat the entire cabin. So I'll show you some of that downstairs. So we got that one. I'll close up this door behind you. Okay, and then we got one more heat that we put into the bathrooms back here. And there is another space heater. This one is plugged in, but it is cold, so they just do this as a backup just in case. And nice little bit of heat coming out of there. Like I've said in my other videos, heat pumps are not like super hot gas furnaces, right? But that's still putting out heat and keeping things conditioned. And if they need more heat, they can get it from the indoor air handler. And I'll show you that in a minute. So let's go show the downstairs. So we can see it's about almost 50 degrees here. And what we did down here, and I'll let you film, we went ahead and here's what we turned, what we added to the system. And we run everything in flex to keep it insulated, keep it nice and quiet. And we just really love to run flex. As long as you size it properly, as long as you pull it nice and tight, this is not a problem. This is Cooper & Hunter's old Wi-Fi module that's getting the customer connected so they can see the temperature, they can change the temperatures and things like that while they're working, or they're remote from here. You can see here that we've insulated this ductwork. Watch this pipe. This is our heat for down here. And right now Chris has got the door off, so there's quite a bit of more sound happening. This is all we need, just to dump a little heat in the crawl, keep things from freezing. Okay, so what we've done here is we've installed an air handler that is working with that outdoor heat pump. There is an electric heat kit inside here, and we have a 10 kW for this particular system. But what's neat about this system is it has a 2-stage heat kit, meaning that we can run 5 kW or the full 10 kW. And that allows us to have actually 2 stages of backup heat, as well as many stages with the outdoor unit because it's an inverter compressor. So giving us all kinds of options and backup heat, comfort, and when the customer really wants this system to heat up quickly, we can energize the heat kit, both 5 and 5, giving us 10, and the outdoor unit can all operate together in this sort of setup. So this has kind of got mini split connections. Let me go a little further here. So this is more of a typical kind of mini split with flare and compression fittings here. They just compress together with flare inside. So we do double insulate both lines on this system, and that's because we can have liquid and gas in both of the lines depending on what it's doing, so we want to make sure both are insulated. We did not use the included filter rack. We use big 4 or 5 inch filters, so we can lower that static pressure. We can allow that to last a lot longer for the customer, and they only got to come down here maybe once or twice a year to change this out, depending on how much pet hair or things like that. Safety switch in case the main drain on the air conditioner, this is air conditioning part of the drain. You'd only ever have water coming out of this unit in AC mode. So this safety switch will fill up with water if the primary drain were to back up. So that's what that is. We also put Honeywell freeze and leak detectors in. That's going to be this little white box right here. And of course we have a condensate pump, and the only reason we need that pump is for AC. And being up here at 9,200 plus feet, they might only use that a couple times a year, but we still got to be able to get the water out if that's the case. But in heating mode, which we're doing now, all the water's outside on the heat pump, which is, the heat pump is automatically defrosting when needed, which, you know, melts the ice off the back of that coil. There is a pan heater in there keeping things from freezing in the pan, so everything can come down underneath the unit. And all of that's happening automatically. So this is a really nice system in the fact that it comes down to negative 22 degrees. And that's really showing how far heat pumps have come these days. And it's really like a mini split that's hybrid to a standard forced air system. And we really like this electric system, and I've said this in my other video, because of the simplicity. We just left the job where the gentleman had his house at 18 degrees, and so you know he's got frozen pipes. It's scary. He was only able to make it up to get, you know, so I just turned off the fan here so things got a little quieter, but he was only able to get up here at a certain time, and the problem was the snow blew up into the vents of the furnace, the gas furnace. So here again, gas furnaces are failing if the wind's too much, the snow's blowing up inside, a bird goes inside the vent. You know, there's so much that can go wrong with a gas furnace. And in this situation, you can look over here. This might look more complicated than it really is, but we have a couple control boards that are handling all of the logic. We've got our main power coming in, and this is handling our air handler, and there's a heat kit behind there. It's a little harder to see in this system, but this is a two-stage. There's two relays back there that's controlling that, and everything's still really beautiful and clean in here because we've done a really good job with the filtration. We also use rubber isolators to keep the sound down from traveling. So this is a very quiet system upstairs because you have that rubber isolation keeping sound traveling from this blower motor up through the floor joists and traveling into the home. So filter rack is located here. Little handle you just pull. And there it is. And these little tabs you can actually kind of get your finger on and pull the entire filter out. And then just slide. Let me give you an idea of the size of this thing. So this one is a 20 by 20. We do this on most of our air handlers because the size is a lot different than a forced air furnace. But that's it. Look how nice and clean. It's catching all the air. This will last that customer up to 6 months. Excuse me. Easy to change. Get that new filter put back in. Always want the airflow going towards the equipment. And there it is. Okay. How easy is that to do once or twice a year? You got 4 prongs that will fit into the 4 pieces. Just push that in, line it up. There you go. Just make sure it's nice and tight. It's all clicked in. And that's it. I mean, simplicity. We love it. He's coming out of this crawl space. So we do a lot of crawl spaces. This one's actually pretty nice. It's got some good stairs in it. Thanks for watching our video on the Cooper & Hunter Hyper Heat Pump all-electric system with the backup heat and the air handler. Comment below any questions or anything. We'd love to help out and answer those questions, and looking forward to the next video. Thanks for watching, and subscribe and like.